Hey everybody, welcome to a video talking about Total War Pharaoh, the newest historical game in the series, coming out in October on Steam, the Epic Games Store. Um, I have some things I want to say because I've seen mixed reception to this, and I guess I should expect that by now. Honestly, I haven't seen a game announcement like this that has received mostly positive or mostly negative, or well, I've seen a few mostly negatives, but mostly positive reception and announcement in a while. And well, I think we're getting to that point of yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna give you my thoughts and tell you what I think about everything in today's video. So let's get into it. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe because there's gonna be a lot more Total War happening over the next few months as we get prepared for Pharaoh. Because I do plan to play it and I do plan to get it and record it for you guys and do some campaigns here on the channel. That is the plan. But in the meantime, we'll be playing more Warhammer 3, some Troy, some Three Kingdoms. Those are kind of the three that I'm into right now. We might go back to Rome 2 as well, but those are the three that I'm going to be doing a lot of is Troy, Three Kingdoms, and Warhammer 3. So, yeah. So, this is the newest entry in the award-winning Grand Strategy series. They have not really ever um, described themselves as a grand strategy series. So that's very interesting. So there's apparently, I guess, going to be some mechanics in this one that makes it maybe more grand strategy-ish. I've never considered Total War to be a grand strategy playthrough or a game series, but I mean, I guess I could see what they're going for with that. From the developers at Creative Assembly, and I think this is at the Sophia Studio. Um, so, and Sophia has actually been privy to a lot of the more revolutionary mechanics that have come in the newer games. So I have some optimism there. Sophia has some really good people that have some really good ideas inside of their team. So we'll see. Experience ancient Egypt during the vibrant and tumultuous era of the Bronze Age collapse and master dynamic real-time battles and turn-based empire management to rise above your adversaries and become Egypt's last great pharaoh. So it seems like we're kind of getting a little bit of Troy there and a little bit of Attila in a way. One I'm less familiar with. Attila is one I'm less familiar with in terms of mechanics. I played a little bit of it, but not near as much as uh, the three I mentioned earlier. In Rome, I played a lot of Rome too. Um, when will Pharaoh be released? It will hit digital shelves in October 2023. Unless there's a delay. I hope not. I hope that they've waited long enough to announce this and have given themselves enough time to not have to delay it, because the delay, it looks bad on you. But at the same time, you're spending an extra 4 to 6 weeks to change it, and fix it. But delays, more often than not, put a sour image on the game, and more often than not, the game still isn't ready. So I'd like to hear other people's thoughts on that. But to me, more often than not, with the delay, the game is just not as ready as it. I mean, to put it blatantly, I gotta figure out a way to put this. The game just isn't. Even though you waited 6 weeks, it didn't do you any good. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Um, the base game will contain 8 playable factions from 3 diverse cultures: the Egyptian culture, Ramesses, Seti, Talsret, and Amenmes. The Canaanites, Bay and Ursu. I will probably be playing a lot of the Canaanites, based on what I know in history. And the Hittites, Kurunta and Supiluluma. I can't say that one. But Hittite and Canaanite are probably going to be big for me. And Egyptian. I mean, all of these seem interesting to me in terms, just from the ground up, from the looking at it at a base level. It looks pretty interesting to me. Where can I play Total War Pharaoh, and how much does it cost? Say what you will, but a lot of these AAA game publishers, they are very dodgy when it comes to launch day pricing. So I got to give CA and Sega some form of credit here. They're just blatantly coming out and saying, okay, the base game is going to cost this. The deluxe edition is going to cost this. We're going to have a Dynasty edition. It's going to cost this. I got to give them credit for that. Now, the deluxe edition is 10% off based on what you get each individual thing, and we'll go down to that in a minute. And it's 25% off for the Dynasty edition. So you just gotta weigh. I'm not saying you need to pre-order the Dynasty edition. I'm not saying you need to pre-order it. Period. Because I know, even though I didn't have the experience with Warhammer 3 that other people did, I understand that when people say after Warhammer 3, I am reluctant to pre-order another Total War game. I completely understand that. So I'm not saying you need to pre-order, but when you look at the editions, it's definitely, do you want to weigh down to the price of is it worth it to save that 25% and spend $91.46 to get the Dynasty edition? Is it worth it to you? I don't know yet. So we'll figure that out closer to launch. But in addition to the base game, there are 2 digital bundles. The deluxe edition contains the base game, the first faction pack, and digital soundtrack. I always love digital soundtrack. If anything, I go for that one. Because I love digital soundtracks. I listen to them a lot on my own time. So the Dynasty edition contains the base game, DLC Faction Pack 1, DLC Faction Pack 2, DLC Faction Pack 3, DLC Campaign Pack, and digital soundtrack. So they are guaranteeing at least 4 DLCs. And like I was talking about in a Discord server I'm in yesterday, with Three Kingdoms and Troy, the last 2, quote-unquote, historical. I'm not going to say they're full historical, because Three Kingdoms was Romance of the Three Kingdoms based, and it had the romance mode, which is a bit more character based than the other mode in the game. And then obviously we had Troy, which was a saga title, and it was a bit more fantasy based, based off the Iliad and the Odyssey, with the Mythos DLC especially, which I've enjoyed my time with that DLC. I play that more than the Grounded in History one. I guess that's because I started Total War with Warhammer 1, and I have just kind of went back and played earlier games as they've been on sale, and newer games as they've come out. I've played every newer game since 2016. But I digress. Compared to paying full price for each item, the Deluxe Edition offers players a 10% discount, the Dynasty Edition offers a 25% discount. The DLC packs will be released as a part of the post-launch content roadmap, and details of this roadmap will be provided at a later date. Well, if Warhammer 3 is any indication, the roadmap will be a while after launch. So, I mean, there's what you get. Like I said, the deluxe soundtrack is pretty interesting. The Dynasty Edition giving 3 faction packs and the campaign pack. I think at this point, with the roadmap and with the Three Kingdoms and Troy, they will develop at most. I think they'll develop what they promised to the Dynasty Edition owners, right? I don't think they'll go any further than that. I would love to be proven wrong. Warhammer 3 has done more than I thought they would after such a rocky launch. But they've done it with Warhammer 2. They delivered all the promised content for that, to my knowledge anyway. So I hope that this breaks the cycle and they go all in and give you all the content and then some for the Total War Pharaoh Dynasty Edition. I hope so. Because they have to at least give you the content that you pre-order with the Dynasty Edition. Then it'd be illegal. So they have to at least go that far, and I hope they do. So what do I get if I pre-order the game? You get a cosmetic pack, which has a unique skin for each playable faction, later 8 in total. So it doesn't do anything gameplay mechanic-wise. It just gives you 8 cosmetics, period. Same with the Heart of Shardana cosmetic pack. Contains certain outfits for the bodyguard units. These will be available on release, and the cosmetic pack will be available until 1 week after release. Will there be a physical edition? Yes, there will be a physical edition for the standard edition. Available in select retailers that includes a digital download code for the game, the Avatar of the Gods cosmetic pack, and the Heart of the Sardana cosmetic pack, plus a printed double-sided poster. The physical edition will be released after the game's digital launch later this year and will be available in Europe only. Well, darn. The digital download code is applicable for Steam only. What languages will Total War Pharaoh be available in? You can read that for yourself. A lot of language localization there. I got to give him credit for that. Multiplayer offers two-player co-op and head-to-head mode. Steam and Epic users will have cross-play enabled, and the game will be available on Mac after the launch on PC, courtesy of Pharaoh Interactive. So there you go. There's the FAQ. Let's go to the Steam page. It's already up for pre-order. I had the Steam VB thing enabled. So let's go through this. I haven't seen a lot. I've watched a few videos, and I've not seen a lot of them go through the actual Steam page. A couple of my friends have in the community, but I haven't seen them go full all in on the page. So let's go through this. In Total War Pharaoh, the newest entry in the award-winning Grand Strategy series, immerse yourself in ancient Egypt at the zenith of its power and experience the dramatic events that threaten its destruction. With dynamic real-time battles and incredible turn-based empire management, can you rise above your adversaries to become Egypt's last great pharaoh and stand against the collapse of an iconic civilization? With the end looming for the great Pharaoh Merneptah, the people of Egypt cry out for a new leader. Many desire the power of the throne, but the path to becoming pharaoh is a perilous one. Unearth a breathtakingly vibrant recreation of the Bronze Age collapse as you battle societal disarray, face natural disasters, and fight to protect your people against waves of invaders. So yeah, again, we kind of have some Attila vibes in that introductory pitch there. Experience dynamic battles. Let me zoom in a little bit. Enemy armies are the only challenges to overcome on the battlefield. Lead your soldiers through sudden and dramatic shifts in weather. So we have more dynamic weather, based on what I'm reading here, such as torrential rain and sandstorms. Sorry, I had to. And witness the tides of battle turn as it directly impacts the surrounding terrain. Beware the threat of fire, too, as battles can become engulfed in flames, striking and spreading across the battlefield as it burns forests and damages the foundations of enemy settlements. Choose your leader. Prove your legitimacy to become Pharaoh or the great king of the Hittites and expand your growing empire on a campaign map that spans the rich cultural hubs of Egypt, Canaan, and Anatolia. They could really, with DLC, with that, go into like Mesopotamia, and I hope they do. That's a rumor. That's just my own personal hope, but they could. With the choice of 8 faction leaders, step into their unique playstyles and take charge of diverse unit rosters. Whether you're charming the courts as a peerless diplomat, charging into battle as an unwavering commander, or causing chaos as a fearless warlord, become a leader that history will remember. Unearth Ancient Egypt. On your journey to becoming Pharaoh, uncover a beautifully lush and vibrant recreation of ancient Egypt at the height of its power. From the fertile banks of the River Nile to the windswept arid deserts of the Sinai Peninsula and the mountainous crags of ancient Anatolia, this magnificent visual reimagining brings the beauty and brutality of Egypt's most tumultuous area to life. And another thing I was talking about in Discord with peeps yesterday, the map, yeah, definitely it seems smaller. I gotta agree with that. They have a lot of options for expanding this map, like Mesopotamia comes to mind. However, when you have played Warhammer 3, basically any other map in the series feels a bit more dwarfed in comparison, you know? Because Warhammer 3 is the penultimate map of a Total War series in terms of how big it is. It is massive. I've played a couple hundred hours of the game, and I still don't know if I've touched every facet and crevice of the Immortal Empires map. So, you know, it's something. So, definitely, the Pharaoh map will seem a little bit smaller in comparison. But I guess we'll see how small it is and truly later on as they continue to announce stuff. With a brand new campaign customization feature, this is really cool. I will not hold back my opinion on this. This is really cool. There's very few Total War features that have excited me more than this, and I will probably try it out pretty fast. Kind of like I've done with the Age of Wonders 4 customization with that first campaign. So I'm really excited to see what this is about. So no two campaigns will ever feel the same. Determine how you play with an extended range of campaign customization options, such as random starting positions for all factions, detailed resource settings, the ability to toy with natural disasters, and much more. With an abundance of options, stack the odds against yourself for an added challenge to become an unmatched power to breeze your way to victory. So there you have it. There you have it. Personal opinion. Let's get into that really quickly. I'm cautiously optimistic. I do think I will pick this up and play it because I've done it with every other Total War. Troy, I was not too big on at launch when I first played it, but I really have kind of warmed up to it now. Three Kingdoms is one of my favorite Total War games, period. I don't think I have to say anything about Warhammer 3 because, well, I played it in the Warhammer trilogy in general. I played a lot of it, probably about 500 hours in total, 400 or 500 hours of the trilogy. So I will end up probably playing it. Thrones of Britannia is something that I've enjoyed. I've not gone back to it in a long time, but you know, and like I said at the top of the video, CA Sophia is working on this. They've kind of given us like mechanics with the warband mechanics for the Amazons. They've kind of brought that to the forefront. Some of the I think some of the economics for the Chorfs, they were kind of involved with that. So a lot of things here that are to be excited about. I don't know if I'll pre-order. If I do, I'm going to wait until we find out about that early access weekend because I would like to try the early access weekend because that determines if I want to keep the game, you know? I'm very interested to see what you think of that. Pre-order it long enough to try it for a couple hours in the early access weekend and go from there. That's kind of where I'm sitting. Or just wait until launch and buy it day one. And play it that way. Because, I mean, you're going to get the price you're going to get. That's unfortunately because they aren't doing no more discounts on top of what they got here. So you're paying $60. $60 is $60, you know. So let me know what you think. Based on what you've seen here. I'm cautiously optimistic. I do think I want to try this one out. So yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments below or tweet me on Twitter at Seren Santiago. I hope this game's good. I hope it's good because I've wanted something in this era of history for a while, so I hope it's good. But like I say, I'm cautiously optimistic. So yeah, subscribe today to be notified of all the new stuff I do on Total War Pharaoh, as well as the previous Total War game, Age of Wonders 4, Victoria 3 Stars. We are a full-on strategy channel now, with like Star Wars Jedi Survivor on the side. So yeah, we are a full-on strategy channel now. We're going all in. Total War Battles, Age of Wonders 4 mod reviews. Actually, one of those out later today. So I'm going all in. I want to be ready for Pharaoh. So yeah, subscribe today for strategy and animation content because I will keep the animation podcast going. People seem to like those. And yeah, we're close to 300. We're at 292 when I'm recording this one. So yeah, that's going to do it. I will see you next time later today for an Age of Wonders 4 mod review. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. I didn't really put too much editing into this. I just kind of let my opinions flow, as they say. But that's going to do it. Like, subscribe, favorite, turn on the notification bell to be notified of all my uploads at 11 a.m. Eastern every single day of the week. And I'll see you next time for more here on the channel. Thanks for watching.